Good evening. 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 Good evening.
Good evening, he says. Big up, big up, big up. How are we all doing? Hope everybody is well. We are back again with another match preview. Hopefully my audio sounds okay. I've spent the last hour trying to sort it out, so that's why I'm late. That's why, we're always late. It's a good job you guys like us, because otherwise we'd be fucked, wouldn't we? We'd just be talking to ourselves. But yeah, I've been trying to sort the audio out because I know it's been a bit ropey recently. Hopefully it's sorted itself out. If not, I'm just going to give up on life. Simple as. But of course, we are here for the big game on Thursday. And don't get me wrong, it is a big game for Arsenal Football Club on Thursday. And we're also here to discuss the latest on the potential takeover at Arsenal. And no better than to get somebody else on to join me as well. And of course, I had to invite him on the channel once again. And we are, of course, joined by, we can all call him Tom, a.k.a. Harry Maguire, a.k.a. Mike off Love Island, whatever one you want to go with. How are we doing, bro?
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. What are you saying, Brandon? What are you saying, mate? You're right, boy. You're right.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are we doing?
I'm all right, man. There's a new little hashtag there, mate. You got the Mike off Love Island. I'll tell you what, that's better than the Maguire one. I will take that any day of the week, mate. But how are you, buddy? My fellow gooner, how you doing?
I'll tell you who came up with that one as well. My missus said, I've been watching your videos with Tom. He looks a bit like Mike off Love Island. And then I thought, yeah, he does actually, doesn't he? But there we go. So,
well, I'll tell you what, it's almost like what I've heard is I'm the better looking version of Maguire. Well, Mike is definitely the better looking version of me. So I will take that, mate.
He was a better looking version.
Yeah, R.I.P. for him, mate. What a legend. What a legend.
As well, yeah. But of course, mate, it's the big week. I played the little clip at the beginning of the video. Unai Emery is back. He is back to, do a madness on Arsenal. A lot of people used to call him Dracula. He's here to suck the life out of Arsenal. He's here to suck the life out of Arteta. And big week for Arsenal. But before we get into that, of course, the last video that we did, we spoke a bit about the European Super League. Neither you nor me was happy about this thing. You said last week you were struggling to find positives for it. Luckily, that has died of a very, very quick death. 48 hours it lasted. Even Tottenham have spent more time at the top of the Premier League this season. So
I love that. I love you got the time in the minute. You got everything on there. That's like bang on, mate. I mean, just embarrass the Super League even more, mate. Brandon, well done, my man. Well done. Because they had a shocker, didn't they? I mean, it had legs without legs, and it wasn't gonna sit straight with anyone, especially in the let alone the European League, but the English League. It was always going to struggle. And Arsenal Football Club, we've got American owners who want to back this. They pulled out. United pulled out. All the English teams pulled out. So that just goes to show how terrible this was. But hey, we've won. The fans have won.
Exactly. And of course, as we all know, it sparked mass protests, not only at Arsenal, but at Chelsea, Manchester United. You could sort of say Tottenham, but I wouldn't say Tottenham. I would have said that looked a little bit more like what halftime at the Super Bowl looked like. You know, there was about 15 people there. But then again, that's about as many fans as they've got in it. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yes, boy.
And of course,
What?
rumors are circulating that. Well, first of all, it was Sky Sports that reported that one of the owners of the Big Six clubs, after the downfall of the Super League, may well be willing to sell the football club. And of course, a lot of speculation that could be Stan Kroenke. And then to add fuel to the fire, Daniel Ek, Spotify founder and 38-year-old Swedish man, worth about £3.5 billion. He stuck a tweet out, you know, a little bit of a, a bit of a more of a talking point type thing. A lot of people talking about it, and then all of a sudden we are now hearing that he is pretty darn serious about buying Arsenal. I mean, what did you make of it all, man?
Well, listen, before we get into that, shout out to everyone in the chat. True Gooner, what are you saying, mate? How are you doing? Top lads, always involved, and I love that. And also Talking Barca. Hi, Tom, how you doing? And also, again, from True Gooner and Diego, see Palace, how you doing? Listen, this was an incredible week. Like, when it comes to Arsenal fans, I mean, look, we're used to drama, but this is a football world, and everyone's come together. This was mad, absolutely mad. And big up Sharif in the chat. This was a mental one. I mean, look, I feel like my head's gone, right? It's spun. I don't know where to look right now. You know, it's going in different directions. But if we can get this guy on board, I will be happy. However, there is so much, guys, that needs to happen before this takes place. So let's not get too excited. Let's be excited. Not in a hashtag of cronkies when be excited when there's nothing to be excited about. Let's at least, guys, look forward to something, because at least what I think this is going to bring on is a bidding war. This shows how passionate our fans are. Friday night was probably one of the most incredible things I've seen for a while. Like, genuine. You know, seeing us all together. I mean, the BBC reported 1,000 people. There was 5,000 plus there. Lee and I were on his channel and we were going nuts. We were looking at live videos, like stats, like pictures. It was incredible. And you guys did us proud. And you know what? It's only going to grow. So let's get some real players in the table right now. Let's get some people who want to buy this club and let's rail it up. But your question, Brandon, Spotify, mate, I will take it. Because if he's got a lineup of Bergkamp, Henry, Vieira, that is a master class, mate. Imagine that with money, passion, support. That's the ingredients for me for success, mate. So
100%.
come on.
100%. I agree with you. I'd like the takeover to go ahead, but I'm very skeptical about it because I suppose until you've seen an official bid happen, you're going to be very skeptical. But I'm very skeptical for a different reason, and that is because, don't get me wrong, I believe certain aspects of it. I believe Daniel Ek is an Arsenal fan. I believe he loves the football club. I believe that he'd also love to buy Arsenal. I mean, let's be honest. What Arsenal fan in the world would not like to buy Arsenal? You know,
I would.
So I look at it like that, and I think, yeah, that aspect of it's true. But then I also do think that maybe there's a little bit of a PR stunt going on. You know, we like our PR at Arsenal. We know all this, and it seems very funny to me how Spotify are upping their prices at the end of this month. Now, how do you gain more traction, more customers to the service that you provide? One of the easiest things to do is, I'm an Arsenal fan. I've got billions and billions of pounds in the bank. The fans are going absolutely similar at the moment. I know I'm going to turn around and say, I want to buy Arsenal. That then ups his traction. It ups everything that's going on. And you can guarantee that, if he's obviously got an awful lot of, people that subscribe to Spotify as it is anyway, but you can guarantee that he's gained members just by saying that he wants to buy Arsenal. And I don't know. It could be a bit of a PR stunt. I might be wrong, but I'm very sceptical about it all as well. And I'm very sceptical as to whether Stan Kroenke will sell the club. And again, like I say, literally just before we jumped on here, there's reports that are saying that Stan Kroenke has came out with a statement and he's basically said it's not for sale. We won't entertain offers. So how do we go about getting this guy out of the football club? Because I think one thing that us as fans have all realised now is that the football club is going nowhere under Stan Kroenke's ownership. And we need a change one way or the other. How do we go about getting him out? Even if, let's say he doesn't accept an offer from Daniel Ek. Let's say Daniel Ek goes in with 1.8 billion, like we're hearing, and he rejects that. How do we get this guy out?
Well, mate, listen, one thing I'd say, Rome wasn't built in a day. We need to understand that. Situation is, this is a very messy situation, right? We all want something. We all want the same thing as Arsenal fans. We don't want the management in there. Sorry, not management. Well, that's another story for another day. Yeah, that as well. But more importantly, we don't want the ownership in there. But we all know it's not an easy situation. It's not an easy scenario. So I think for us as fans, through the years, we've all wanted change, but we've almost got to grips with the fact that change is not going to happen. So we think to ourselves, right, do you know what? I'm okay with it now. You're not okay in the back of your mind, but you understand because you know it's not going to happen, right? You know it's not going to happen. So the main thing is that you think to yourself, right, how can we improve the management? How can we improve the players? But for the actual ownership side to it, we have never been this close in terms to changing ownership. And Friday night, as I said earlier on the stream, we've done ourselves so proud. We have never become so close in this game to getting our owners out. Because now we're getting bids in, and I don't care if they're not real bids, but they are bids in terms of they're going to get more turmoil, they're going to get more passion, more ownership of people, individuals that might want to bring their party to the table, right? And listen, if we can get someone else in, I'd be happy. Because at the moment, we have, in the European leagues, the top 5 richest ownership, but you wouldn't know it. Now, I know we've heard the story about, in the last 3 or 4 seasons, we spent more net in terms of value and stuff than other clubs, or we've been shy off other people by a little bit. But what I want to say is let's monitor it over the last 10, 15 years whilst them guys have been in charge. Because one thing I will say, right, is that we've always been 2 or 3 players away from being great. So let's go back, right? And I don't mean to take over here, and I'll let you have your say, mate. But let's go back to when Villarreal left. He was a massive stamp in our club. He was huge. He was the guy that we all aspire. We all want at the football club. When he went, that was a big hole gone. A lot of people turn around and say, oh, well, we got Gilberto. Gilberto was in the squad. Who did we replace Villarreal with? Nobody. We didn't have Fabregas. I mean, let's look at when we lost Van Persie, Henry, crikey. We replaced Henry with Aubameyang, sorry. What's his name? Bloody went to Man City, mate. Begins of A. He ran the field that time. Who was it? Yeah, Adebayor. He scored 1 cracker against Spurs. That's all he ever did for us in my eyes. So many positions we missed out on. We've always been 1 or 2 places away from being great, but we do it on the cheap. So, for example, let's say we need a left back, a centre back, and a striker. We will get a centre back, and then we're missing 2 positions. So, what I'm trying to say, mate, is there might be a case where we need like 4 positions filled. We'll fill 2 if we're lucky, and imagine that every single year. You are falling back year on year, and the teams around you are growing above you. It's like a tsunami, mate. It's like quicksand. You're standing still. Everybody else is like got hoverboards or something, and they're pushing up. Like, seriously, man, it's ridiculous. And look where we are now, man. Look where we are now. It's a joke, mate. It's a joke.
Yeah,
but yeah,
no,
sorry, man. Didn't mean to take over there, mate. Just passionate, man.
it's all good. It's all good. That's why I brought you on, mate. That's why I brought you on. People like your views, and you make some very great points. Another question I've got for you as well. Obviously, we heard rumours earlier on this year, earlier on last year as well. It's been a talking point for a while now. Obviously, we know Daniel Ek is not the only interested party in Arsenal. We've heard about Aliko Dangote as well. Now, obviously, Dangote has a lot more money in terms of net worth than Daniel Ek. What do you think is more important? Do you think it's important that we get an owner in who has more money and can also splash the money as well? Or do you think it's more important to have the likes of a Daniel Ek, but also with an Emery, a Bergkamp, and a Vieira, and then maybe some fan reputation on the board as well? Which do you think is more important? Would you rather an owner come in and spend loads and loads of money and be a little bit like an Abramovich, or do you think it's more important to have somebody who's actually cares for the football club?
I think it's definitely the latter, mate, in terms of you need someone who cares about it. For me, like any football owner, they need to have like won a lottery or something, or I don't know, multi-rich, but it's a passion, right? They don't buy a football club to think to themselves, like, do you know what? I want to make loads of money out of this. It's almost like dead money. It's almost like, it's your club. That's something that you love. And, if you're right, if we became like billionaires, which touch my head right now, we might just do one day. If you did, the first thing that I do, and I know you do as well, is over that way, sorry, camera, wrong way. We would both go out and buy Arsenal Football Club. Do you know what I mean? Like, we both buy it and we get the right players in. But the most important thing, we love the club. And something I said to Lee the other day is that if Stan Kroenke, well, he's not going to bottle to come to us, is he? He's got no bottle to come to us. He sends his son, which is fine, but it's one of them situations. But listen, if his son came to us, if Josh came to us, I'd say to him, if Arsenal lose, do you care? Oh, yeah, of course I do. Of course I care. Absolute bull. If Arsenal lose to a Tottenham, do you hurt? Do you feel like literally like your heart is breaking? And I guarantee in the eyes, you'd be able to tell. And it would be absolute bull because he wouldn't be able to say it. And that's what I want. I want an owner who cares when we lose, who cares when we don't sign a player that we want to sign. So, mate, in a short story, an easy way to explain this, bro, we need ownership who are going to own it. Simple as that. Own it and care. And I don't care about the money sign. It would be nice to get a Haaland, to get an Mbappe, to get a freaking Neymar. We need a £500 million project in our squad right now because we are so out of depth. We have Saka, Smith Rowe. We've got some great players. Martinelli. They won't shine unless we have some major assets in the club to show them how to do it. Right? So, mate, there's so much change needs to be done. Ownership is one of it. But what I want first is someone who cares, mate. That's the way I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I agree. You need somebody who's going to bring back that Arsenal identity. I think Like you say, you get Thierry Henry on board, you get Bergkamp, Vieira. They're three of our greatest players, three massive legends, three players that know exactly what the real Arsenal is about. I think it could work. I don't know what type of role that they would have at the football club. Obviously, they'd own a share in the football club, but I don't know how that would work. I think it'd be a complicated thing, but I do think it would give us back our identity. Yeah, I'd be all for it. The only thing that I worry about is, like I say, obviously nobody really knows how much money Daniel Ekker's got. We just know, what his rough net worth is. And let's just say, for example, Stan Kroenke says, all right, okay, I'll sell Arsenal, but I want 2 billion. That's, over 50% of his net worth gone. But then at the same time, I look at it like this: we're built on a sustained model right now, so we effectively pay for ourselves in a way. So would that really matter? Do you think, or do you think, it won't really matter?
I don't, mate. I don't. Honestly, man. Like, we've got the richest owners in the world right now. I'm sorry, but swipe an Arsenal shirt off ours and put a Man City shirt on there, and also swipe the managers. Sorry, not the managers, the owners. Swap them over. If the Man City owners, if the Man United owners had our backing in terms of financials, they'd do more. Ours just want to go into a football club and they want to just, see what they can do. Bring in a couple of signings here and there. They don't care about competing. But Man City said when they first came on board in terms of investment, they said, give us 5 years, we'll win the Premier League. They did it, right? You look at Man United, they will always bring in big money signings and they do it. In terms of Arsenal, we'll do, it's almost like guilty signings. We'll do a signing because we feel bad. It's like, let's get a Partey because we feel really bad. We didn't get a number 10. Mate, I'm just fed up with it, mate. We need owners that care about it, that want to invest properly, and, they just want to do us proud. Do you know what I mean? They want to be able to stand up and say, right, let's not challenge for the Europa League. Let's challenge for the Premier League. There's certain positions we need filling right now. Let's just crack on and do it, right? Be your best. I don't see that.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I knew that you'd be pretty spot on with what I personally agree with as well, and yeah, I agree 100%. The main thing is we need to get these owners out of this football club. So I didn't want to spend too much time on that. Of course, there'll be more updates as the week goes on, and no doubt, if something major does happen, you'll see me and Tom on here again. But it is the preview to the big, and I can't even reiterate how big this game is. It's funny though, and it's on because it seems like ever since December we've been saying that every Europa League game is big for Arsenal, and that's how poor we've been this season. But make no mistake about it, we know where we are now in terms of the Premier League. We're out of every domestic cup. We're not getting top 4 in the Premier League. The Europa League is our only hope, and of course, we are welcoming back former manager Unai Emery, and I just wanted to show you a few things and get your views on it as well. So, of course, a lot of you guys will have seen this. This is stats for Unai Emery and Arteta, and I think this was before we played West Ham and drew 3-3. And that is the stats for Unai Emery and Arteta's time at Arsenal. So as you can see, Unai Emery played 51 games, Arteta played 49, 25 wins to 21, 13 draws to 12, 13 losses to 16. The goal difference of 21 compared to our 19. Yet everybody likes to tell us that Arteta has improved us defensively. Unai Emery has accumulated 88 points to Arteta's 75, and points per game as well. 1.73 for Unai Emery and 1.53 for Mikel Arteta. Not much has changed really in terms of we haven't gotten in Mikel Arteta and gone levels above. If anything, we've dropped off. I mean, what do you make of them stats in particular?
Yeah, it's not good, mate, is it? I mean, you look at that on stat version, you think to yourself, do you know what? What have we done? Have we sacked the wrong guy? Is the guy that we're with right now, do we give him more time? For me, it's just a joke. I mean, it sums up Arsenal Football Club to a T in terms of decision making. We constantly get it wrong. And for us, whatever we do moving forward, we need to get it bang on. There is no room for error, mate. But it's going to be a struggle of a game on Thursday. And I got pressured into saying the scoreline a little bit earlier on another show. I'll leave that until you ask me what my scoreline is going to be for later on in this show. But mine isn't great. I'll leave you with that one.
Okay. And then I've got these stats as well. Now, a lot of people have been saying, the comparing Mikel Arteta's 50 games at Arsenal compared to Emery's is unfair, because not only has Arteta had to clear up Wenger's mess, but he's had to clear up Emery's mess as well. So for all the Arteta inners who, like to get the magic sock out at night and have a little polish over him, I've pulled up these stats instead. And this is
go on.
Stats for Mikel Arteta this season for Arsenal, and Unai Emery for Villarreal. And let's take a look at this, because this shocked me an awful lot. So Arteta has played 49 matches this season. I think this includes all competitions as well. So Unai Emery's played 47. Arteta's won 26. Unai Emery's won 26. Arteta's drawn 8. Unai Emery's drawn 14. We've lost 15. Unai Emery's only lost 7. Goals 4. We've actually scored more goals, surprisingly enough. But we've also conceded more. Everybody used to say Emery, he's no good defensively. Arteta is so much better. Well, there's the proof right there. We've conceded 60 goals to his 42. Win percentage, Arteta is at 53%. Unai Emery's at 55%. And of course, our league position, I think it's changed now, hasn't it? We was 10th.
I think we're 9th, and now we're 10th or something.
That's right, yeah. And Unai Emery is 7th in the La Liga. So what do you make of them stats, mate? I mean, nobody can argue with that, because that is the stats of both managers at their respective club this season.
Don't, bro. Seriously, man, you're killing me. I'm trying to stay positive, right? You know me, I get ridiculed on the League Gunner channel. Tommy has his head in the clouds. Boom. That is my slogan, baby. But right now, seriously, man, I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to find a positive, mate, in that. There is none. Let's be honest, right? Emery, Arteta. Let's forget for a minute we're trying to compare them both as managers. Let's compare the teams, guys. Everyone in the chat, let's compare them as teams. Arsenal Football Club, Villarreal, pretend it's FIFA. Arsenal have 4.5 stars. Villarreal, they'll be lucky to get 2.5. I'm sorry, but Arteta is playing with a much better side than Emery right now. And Emery has much greater stats. And that's the most hurtful thing, guys. Like, seriously. Jeez, I look at that, mate. I haven't looked at that. I'll be honest. I haven't looked at it. You've depressed me, mate. You make me want to run away, go for a jog, and drink a shot of tequila and go to bed. Oh, no, he's doing it again. Oh, mate, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me.
So there you go. Look, Arteta in fans. Just take a long, hard Look at that. It is reality.
Don't-
It's the reality.
It is reality, but don't forget, mate. I was Arteta in at the start of the channel, and right now things have changed, and we all know that. Anyone
I
that
was,
keeps tabs know it's changed.
yeah. I was Arteta in for about 8 games, and that was it.
Yeah. It's almost like you want to be Arteta in. You want to see him do well, the passion, the charisma. But after a couple of games, you see that dross. Nah, see you later, mate. Get the first bus home. Absolutely ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. And like you said, in terms of them stats, Arteta has got a better side than Unai Emery. Unai Emery's side is, I think their average age is like 30 or something like that. So every single player in that squad is,
Yeah.
28, 29 plus. So they're
Mate,
coming towards the end of their footballing career, And he's doing a madness really. Like he's in the semi-final of the Europa League. He's 7th in La Liga. He had a really good start to La Liga as well, by the way.
Yeah.
You'd argue that the Premier League is obviously a better league than La Liga, but of course he's still got to play the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anybody knows in the chat. Let me know in the chat because, of course, we played Everton at the weekend, and I know that Villarreal was playing Barcelona, but I don't know what the score was for that game.
Mate, I'll tell you right now, mate. It was 2-1 to Barcelona. But trust me, mate, Villarreal, they didn't make it easy. It wasn't easy, man. It wasn't easy. But listen, let's big up to a few of you in the chat. I mean, listen, guys, thank you so much for getting involved. Like Brandon, he's got a brand new channel here, guys. Get involved as much as you can. Listen, if you haven't already, smash that like. Come on. Why have you not done it already? You're looking at me. Why have you not liked it? Come on, people. Come on. Big up Sharif in the chat. What are you saying? Diego, yes, mate. From the League Gunner channel, what are you saying? And Christopher, peace. What are you saying as well, mate? Loads of you getting involved, guys. Come on, keep it coming. Great content from Brandon. He knows his stuff. This is what I've got to say to this guy. He knows his stuff. He is not worried about sitting on a fence trying to look Mr. Popular. He will turn around and say how it is. He said that to me, to my face. And I thought, whoa. But he says it how it is. And that is respectful, guys. And I'll tell you what, we need our football club to start doing exactly the same as what Brandon's doing, guys. Come at me. Come on, guys. Seriously.
There you go. There you go. There you go. So I'm not going to bore you too much or make any of you lot cry about the stats or anything like that, because believe me, when I saw that, I was doing the same thing, head in my hands. But right, of course, 2 days time, that's all it is. 2 days time. It feels like it's been forever that this game has been coming along.
Can we make it up 5 days, mate? Can we extend it, please, till like next season? Because it is killing me right now, man. I can't have this. No more depression. I'm a happy guy. I can't see us losing another game, bro.
The first leg is, of course, away. And I don't know about you. I'm not sure. What do you think? Do you think it's better to play away first, or do you reckon it's better to play away in the second leg?
Oh, mate, it's difficult. It depends on way you look at it. Old school Champions League back in the day, when I was sitting watching the games with my mate Sam, we both say the best leg is when you're playing away from home first. Because, let's be honest, you're nervous, right? First game, it's all about nerves. It's all about making mistakes, if you like. And the best way to do that is in a away leg, because guess what? You get your fans back in the second leg, and that's where you do them. But all that, it's gone out the window. No fans, no nothing. Arsenal are rubbish at home. For me, I think, to be honest, I haven't really thought about it, but we probably play better at home first. Because we did that last week and we were rubbish, and then we came to light the second leg. But look, it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter at all. We need to get 2 clear goals, and I'll be confident going to the next game. But I don't see it happening. It's all going to come down to the away from the grain, second leg. That's going to be the decider, mate.
I was going to say there, mate. You know, the way you was going, we just need to get two click. Like you made it sound so easy, man, so easy. But this is Arsenal, and of course, we know nothing is easy.
Nothing, mate. Nothing.
Touch a little bit on the Everton game, but I'm not going to bother with that because that was a snooze fest. Shocking performance by Arsenal again. You know, we're used to seeing under Arteta. But anyway, the only thing with the playing away first instead of second is obviously, say for example, we drew the first leg, I don't know, 0-0. We didn't get an away goal or anything like that. Then in the second leg, at the end of the 90 minutes, it's still 0-0, you know, or whatever. It gives Villarreal an extra 30 minutes to effectively get an away goal, you know. So rather than them having 90 minutes like we will have in the first leg to get an away goal, they'll effectively have 120 minutes to get an away goal. Now, obviously, I don't need to ask you this because I know what your answer is going to be. The rule is completely and utterly unfair. It needs to be changed and everything like that.
Yeah.
Does that worry you? Does it worry you that we won't get an away goal? And if we say, for example, if we don't get an away goal, can you still see us going through and winning it at the Emirates or not?
Mate, of course it does. It worries me in terms of I don't know our football club. You know, I followed Arsenal Football Club since I can remember. You know, I've been on the season ticket waiting list for about 10 years or something. My little boy is 6. I made sure that he was on the season ticket waiting list when he was born, right? It's madness. I am a massive, massive gooner. But all the time I've supported us, right? It's never got this bad. And for me at the moment, I struggle because, you know, we could play like Lazio, like Cambridge United. Big up to my Cambridge fans in there, by the way. You know, freaking Villarreal or the bottom of the table at the Spanish league. You never know what the score's going to be. I mean, let's rewind like 10, 15, 20 years ago when it was in the Premier League. You know, I remember the first game I went to, right? I went with my dad. My dad, he brought me to it, and he was like, you know, he got tickets off. Like, I don't know how he did it. Fantastic job, fantastic. And he took me and my little sister, and I had like football kit on, the lot. And my sister, she was like, I reckon she's like 4 or something. I was about 6, 7 or something like that. And I remember we were sitting in Highbury, and it was getting Leicester City. And my sister said to me, well, to my dad, like, how do I know if Arsenal score? And me and my dad looked at her like, you will know. And we beat Leicester City 5-0 that day. Elnelka hat-trick. Ray Parler. Everybody was on it, right? It was brilliant. That is what made me fall in love so much with football, especially Arsenal Football Club. But we don't have that now. What I'm trying to say is back then, if you're playing a Leicester City or a low league team, you expect to win comfortably. Right now, you could play the bottom team and you'd be lucky with a win. We'd scrape a 1-0 win. It might be 1-1. We might lose 2-1. You don't know. And that's where it's gone so wrong with Arsenal Football Club, mate. Because we're not in control, mate. It's like a remote control, mate. And, you know, someone else got the batteries. Chucked them over the fence. I don't have a clue. I don't know what's happening. You know, you've got the little teams, the big teams, no disrespect, but the Arsenal should be thrashing them. But we're losing at home, away, everything. It's almost like we are lost, mate. It's like a maze. We're lost. We don't know how to get out. And the only way to get out is our owners to sell up, and we need investment. That's all I've got to say, mate. I don't know how else to put it, man. I don't know how else to put it.
100%. I've got a couple of tricky questions for you now. tricky.
Hey,
It
go
could
for
be
it, man.
tricky, I don't know. You know,
You got me well invented, mate. Go for it, man. Go for it, mate. I'm
it
looking
depends
forward to
really
it.
on
You're my
your
mate as
views,
well,
I
man.
suppose.
That's all good.
So, first one is if it you got two scenarios here.
Yeah.
Arsenal win the Europa League and get back in the Champions League, but Stan Kroenke stays. Or we get knocked out of the Europa League, spend another season out of the Champions League and don't even qualify for Europe at all, but a new owner comes in. Which scenario are you having?
Do you know, mate? Great question, man. Great question. For me, it's simple. It's the latter. It's the second question. However, I will say, it depends on the ownership, mate. I'm not just going to say, oh, yeah, like drop to, no, you're right, like European football next season. For anybody, it has to be the right buyer. They've got to have passion, charisma. They've got to hurt. Like, I want people to feel the pain that we do as fans. Like, honestly, like genuine. If we play Tottenham or Man United, whoever, I don't care if it's freaking Brighton on a Sunday. The Sunday, sorry guys, kills me. I hate a Sunday game. And I'll tell you why now. Because you want to have a couple of beers on a Sunday, right? And then on the Monday, one, you feel a bit rough. And two, if you've lost, you've had a couple more after that, you feel even more rough. But the Arsenal are killing you. So I want to see us back in the Champions League. But let's forget all that. Right, let's forget all that. I want to see, most importantly, us caring. Right, I want owners that care about what we do. I don't want all of this, like, I don't know, playing like Tottenham or like Man United on a Sunday, losing, and they don't care. That feel that you and I feel, and everyone watching, it kills us. Genuine. That if we lose to United on a Sunday, we go to work the next day. One, we get the banter. Oh, yeah, we've lost. Yeah, you've lost, or whatever. All right, yeah, whatever, mate. All right, crack on. Make my coffee, you twat. But, like, whatever it is, like, it kills us, mate. Whether it's Brighton, Man United, Tottenham, it's a struggle, and it starts the week off so badly. I need owners, mate. And I don't mean to keep going on and on and on, but I need ownership. One, own this club. And two, care about it. Three, invest. But don't just invest in the right places. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. Before I move on to my next question, which is another tough one, I'm just going to...
That's all right, mate. These toughies, mate, they're good, man. They're good, mate. And they're getting me out of my nest, mate. Everyone used to say on the Lee Gunner channel, oh, Tommy's always smiling, isn't he? He's always so happy. Look at me now. I'm becoming an old man. Literally, the crinkles are coming all down my face, guys. Literally, I'm becoming stressed. And that's his ass.
Got a comment here from Diego. What are you saying, Tom? What are you saying?
What you saying? Diego. What do you mean, mate? So what am I saying? What am I saying? I just need this football club to literally pull their socks up and do something big, guys. That's what I'm saying, boys.
What are you saying to Diego's comment here?
Which one, mate? Oh, yes, boy. So Lasagna Restaurant in Cambridge next to the stream. Great local... Oh, you legend. Yeah, see, baller. What a legend. But listen, big up to Lasagna's. That is my little local. They do good cocktails. 2 for 1 on a Saturday night, guys. Get involved, people. Get involved. I will be there.
Are you Cambridge then?
I'm Cambridge, bro. I'm Cambridge, man. I swap between Cambridge and London, mate. So I'm Cambridge 1 minute, I'm London the next. Like, it's mad. Madness, guys. Madness.
I thought you was London, to be honest with you, but I ain't far from you, not far.
Yeah? Whereabouts you based, man?
I'm near Peterborough.
Boom, there you go, mate. Let's link up. Let's have some fun, mate. Not
I
like
know we're going to
that,
have to
but
have a pint at some point.
but we'll link up, mate. We'll do a little show, mate. Maybe I'll tell you what. We'll go to where is it? Grafton Water, mate. We'll go Grafton Water. Nice little sunset over there, mate. We'll talk about Arsenal. Boom, let's make it happen. In between slot, we'll do it.
There you go. Look, guys, look, see, we're streaming over video. Nobody, you get to know people, and then all of a sudden you're going out for a pint with them. Epic. So, my next question, mate. My next question.
Go on.
You're the new Arsenal owner. Yeah?
I wish. But yeah, let's go.
Mikel Arteta has just won the Europa League with Arsenal. Do you keep him as your manager, or do you move on and try and get a better one?
Do you know, a great question, mate. Absolutely brilliant question. For me, mate, I'll be honest, it depends on the budget. If I've got a mass budget of like £200 million in the bank, I'll be like, Arteta, bye-bye, see you later. Because I wouldn't trust him with that money. It all depends in terms of the investment that is going to be involved, mate, for me. So short and quick answer. At the moment, what I've seen, I like the guy. I go for a beer with the guy. I'd shake his hand. But I would say goodbye. I'm not on it, man. I'm not on it. I just look at, like, I said to Lee earlier, mate. We're straight at R5, and we're both chatting about this. I know I said to him, I was like, do you know, the thing is, I see like Chelsea, they got Tuchel, and overnight he's changed them. They were like literally level of Arsenal. Like, I'm sorry, they're like neck and neck. And now they are guaranteed Champions League pretty much, right? To a point. So just imagine if we had someone like him who stepped in, where would we be? And not just where would we be, it's in terms of like, if we managed to beat Villarreal and get to the final, would he win it? He probably would. Someone like that. Will Arteta? Well, he's got a little thing of, beating people in finals, Man City semis, Chelsea finals. He does really well, but I don't know. Has his luck run out? That's what I ask, mate. So I'm worried, man. But simple, quick answer. He'd be at my door, mate, if I owned a club.
Okay. That's what we like to hear. No, I'm joking. Of course, we want.
Big up to everyone in the chat as well. Diego, what are you saying? LuTube, yes. How you doing, guys? And also, Diego Lazaguanes, literally, where did you know? Are you from Cambridge? Come on, bro. Hit the chat up. What a lad. We need to go for a little cocktail, mate, if you are, bro. I'll see you in Cambridge soon.
Yeah, so no, look, of course we want anybody who's associated with Arsenal to do well, but things are going downhill madly at the moment. What do you reckon the reaction of the fan base will be? Because obviously there's a lot attached to this game. It's not just Arsenal versus Villarreal. It's Arteta versus Unai Emery. It's effectively the Arteta in brigade versus the Arteta out brigade. What do you reckon the reaction from the fans will be? Not only like if we win, and then what do you reckon the reaction will be if we lose?
Another good question, man. If we win, it will kind of like, I reckon it will kind of, it's like if Arteta jumped out of a plane, it's like he's now got a parachute and it'll bring him back down to earth and realise how bad he has ran this club so far. However, he's still safe. If we lose, it's almost like someone cuts the strings and he's gone, like automatically, without saying it. It's got to happen. So, mate, I mean, look, it's two managers that have got rivalry. They've got passion. They know their stuff. They are good managers. They know their stuff, right? They both love Arsenal Football Club. Okay? They want to love it, or they did love it at one time. But one thing I will say about Emery is that he knows how to win football games. He knows how to do it. And he has, like, going back to the first bit of the stream, crikey, how he's got this team into this place is incredible. You know, you look at their team, you look at ours. Ours are like 4.5/5 stars. Theirs are like 2.5/3 stars. Like we've got a massive, massive advantage, but it's the managerial structure. I think it's the essence in terms of how he missed out on Arsenal. He's probably still very, I don't know, very annoyed about that. He's probably like fuming. He's probably at a situation right now, guys, where he still loves the club, and he probably to this day thinks he'd do a better job than Arteta. And every game Arsenal play, he probably looks at it and thinks, do you know what? Like, I reckon I'd do this or I'd do that. Like, I'd improve this or I'd improve that. Like, he always sees it like a bit of a task. So, mate, bring on Thursday. It is going to be absolutely savage, mate. Absolutely savage.
It certainly is. It's going to be a tale of, you know, the thing is the fan base. The fan base, right? We was just saying at the beginning of the stream, they all come together. They all joined as one to, you know, get Kroenke out. I think you're going to see a split in the fan base again on Thursday, depending on, you know, what happens, what the result's going to be. There's always been this Arteta versus Emery debate, you know, which one's better, this, that, and the other. I can guarantee you right now that, you know, if Arteta wins this and we go through to the final, the Arteta in brigade will be giving it, oh, he's simply the best, like he's a Spanish Tina Turner or some shit, you know?
I like that.
That we've held more L's this season than Snoop Dogg. It's
yes, boy. That's sick, mate. I love that one, bro. I love that
and then
one.
we already know what's going to happen if, you know, if we lose. If we lose, I think it's going to be impossible for people to back Mikel Arteta based off, you know, the season as a whole and what we've done. So, yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. Before we wrap this up, because we are going to wrap this up, big up everybody in the chat, by the way. Make sure you smash the like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. And of course, if you do not, for some reason, and I'm pretty sure you do, you know, if you do not watch League Gunners channel, make sure you go over to League Gunners channel to watch Tom on Match Day Vibes. He's doing a few other videos as well. He does all the fan cams, or majority of the fan cams. I'll be over there as well. So make sure you go over and subscribe.
People.
And yeah, make sure you go and hit up Tom on Instagram as well. And look, the final question, Tom, is, of course, well, it's a two-part question. Number one, can we win the Europa League?
Yeah.
Number two, what's the score prediction for Thursday?
Good questions, mate. Well, listen, before you go to that, I've got to go straight to my guy, Diego, in the comments. And what is he saying about, I said about, you know, the whole Cambridge situation. Right, so pre-COVID, I had a day in Cambridge, drove all the way out to Cambridge from South London. Respect to you, mate. Parked up in the Cambridge car park. That's a Grand Arcade. People, it's not cheap. You're a baller, mate, just for doing that. Brilliant city, Cambridge. Listen, my question to you, mate, Diego, how was your date? Was she red hot? Was she worth it? Was she worth a drive? And listen, would you go back? I'll leave you that one. Whack in the comments. But your questions, Brandon. Mate, you know we have a bit of banter, man. You know we have a bit of banter, mate. Of course. We can't be serious all the time, right? Well, us the football club. Otherwise, I'm not being funny, mate. We'd just be depressed. We sit back like this, like corpses. Like literally, man. Seriously. But your question, so my score, oh mate, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll change it, guaranteed, on Matchday Vibes on the League Gunner channel on, what is it, Thursday. Hit it up at 5:45. I'm going to say 1-1 right now because we're away from home and I don't have much confidence in our club. I do in the second half of the leg. So second game, I do. But right now, I don't. What about you, mate? What's your score prediction?
I was hoping you wasn't going to return the question, to be honest with you, but um, it really depends on if either Lacazette or Aubameyang is back. Because if
Yeah.
they're not, and we start with Eddie and Nketiah up front, it just don't offer us anything, and we don't tend to get goals from anywhere else. We don't get goals from midfield very often. It's going to be tough. It's going to be
That's
tough.
what I mean, mate. That's what I mean. Like, it's all about the team lineup. It's like, if we haven't got the likes of Aubameyang that could start, Lacazette, I want to see Martinelli down there, right? And if we don't see Martinelli down there, I don't want to see Nketiah. And no disrespect, I think he's a great guy. I mean, he could smash it in a West Ham or whoever. But for us, mate, bring Balogun down there. If we haven't got if we're not going to play, bloody Martinelli down the middle, bring Balogun down the middle. Seriously, guys, just do it. If it doesn't work, the Arsenal fans won't hate you for it. That's the thing. We'll actually respect you, Arteta. But right now, I don't want to see Nketiah down there. I will be fuming on Thursday night. Biggest game of the season, if we see Nketiah down there. I want to see Lacazette or Aubameyang. If none of them are fit, fine. Martinelli. If you decide for some strange reason you don't want to put Martinelli down the middle, then fine, put him on the left wing. But make sure you put Balogun. I don't want to see Nketiah there. Yeah. That's all I've got to say on that one, mate.
I agree with you on that one. Look, if you're going to bring back Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, Vieira, we could probably do with them in the squad right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even at their age now, they probably do better than what most of these players are doing at the moment. But do you know what, mate? I'm going to go 1-1 as well. I'm going to go 1-1 as well. I'm not confident. That Everton game really did not fill me with confidence. I suppose it's a different story in the Premier League compared to in the Europa League, because it's clear to see that all our eggs are in that basket now. There's nothing left to play for in the Premier League and whatever else. Another question as well, literally just before we wrap this up, because we are literally going to wrap this up straight after this question. Of course, Bernd Leno made a huge mistake in that Everton game.
Wow. Yeah.
Would you start him on Thursday? Would you go with Matt Ryan?
Do you know, mate? Only because I used to be a goalkeeper. And I know, trust me, guys, I wasn't at that level. I was not a pro. I couldn't be half of that, right? I used to pull off killer saves. I go to fun days and mates parties. I'd win man of the match because I'd pull out these amazing saves. I'd be like, wow, this guy's great. But when it came to the actual match itself, I don't know why, I just get so nervous. And I pull out a worldy save, and literally a corner come in, I go to catch it, I literally drop it in my own net. I was that bad. When it came to nerves, I was shocking. But listen, I always, because of that moment, because of being a keeper, I know how difficult it is to be a keeper. You are the last line of defence, right? And I don't want to make any excuses for Leno. What he did was not great. But it happens. We all need to understand it can happen to the best keepers. Look at the Liverpool keeper. Look at him last season. Look at him this season. He's done the same sort of things. He's done it 3 times. He's one of the best keepers in the world. The Man City keeper, I put him in the top 3. He did a similar thing. It weren't on, but I would not drop him. I would say, I've got your back. Stick in there, mate. But one thing I will say to you, Brandon, I wouldn't have started him against Everton. I would have put Matt Ryan in there. I would have saved Leno for this game on Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree with you as well.
Hmm.
I think Matt Ryan's a decent enough backup goalkeeper. I wouldn't play him in such a big game like this, though. You know, it's the biggest game of our season. We can't afford to lose
Yeah,
this. At the end of the
massive,
day,
mate, massive.
Leno, you know, as ropey as he has been this season, he is still the number one.
Hmm.
Whether we think Martinez is better or not, that's a debate for another day. You know, I've been saying it for a long while. LouTube here says Leno out, Tom in.
Yes, boy. What are you saying, YouTube? My boy, how you doing, man? How you doing? Well, listen, I'll
And
give it a go. I would give it a go, but I probably wouldn't do a better job. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
there we go. There we go. And lastly, we're going to end it on a high. You know, you asked Diego what was the woman like that he, you know, met up with for a date. He's replied here, she was a classy lady. She was an NHS surgeon. Big up the
Oh,
NHS.
love that, mate. Listen, well done for coming back, bro. I was waiting for that. Literally, I'll wait all stream, man. And you killed it with a comeback. She sounds a lovely lady. But the question is, did you get the number? What happened? Actually, I won't ask that one because you might surprise me with that question.
The
But
bareback
I
bully.
will say, mate, next time you're in Cambridge, bro, hit me up, man. We'll go for a little shot. Cheeky tequila, mate. On me. Come on, son. Come on.
There we go, Diego. You've heard it here first. Look, I'm going to have to end this stream, but again, thanks for coming on, Tom. As always, mate, you're brightening up the place, and hopefully Arsenal can do the same thing on Thursday. Listen, guys, make sure you're slapping likes on the video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure.
Don't just hit them, slap them, guys. Come on.
Slap
Hit
them.
them up
Slap
properly.
them.
Come
Exactly.
on.
Slap
Do
them
damage.
like we want to slap Villarreal on Thursday.
Yes, mate. Yes.
So, yeah, make sure you're doing that, guys. And look, we're out of here. We're out of here. But make sure you come over to Lee Gunner's channel on Thursday after the game and catch the fan cams. Me and Tom will be there. Big up.
Come on, boys. See you later, guys. Take care.